We're back. Before we go on, I just want to make a couple of notes about this equation and what we're talking about. Years ago, smoking was a real health problem that they realized needed to be studied and understood. They made an attempt to collect data like the ones that we have in the textbook here to see how many people at younger ages were smoking, and the government then decided to educate people on the health risks, and that led to things like warnings on packages of cigarettes. But what the goal was is to reduce the number of people that started to smoke at a younger age, knowing that once you started you probably wouldn't stop. And what you found was, as a result of the advertisements, the number of young males 15 to 19 had dipped, and because the government then found that it was more under control and that the health risks were not as great because fewer people were smoking, they then pulled back on the announcements and the advertisements about the problems with smoking, and then of course the numbers continued to go up. What you should understand is that as you continue to move beyond the 1980s and into the 2000s, smoking probably would not have continued to go up like this. It probably would have flattened out a little bit because now people are fully aware. What the question we've got to do next is that we were asked to determine the percent of 15 to 19-year-old male Canadians who smoked in 1993. So we could have answered this question just saying, well, how far is 1993 away from 1980? So you would subtract 1993 from 1980, and you would get 13 years. And then you could look on your graph and see that at the year, at 13 years, and then you drew your line over here, straight across. You might find that the number that are smoking is between the 24 and the 28%, but we want to use an equation. So use the graph and the equation. Okay, so in 1993, x is equal to 1993 minus 1980, which we've already said was x equals 13. So we're going to sub x equals 13 into the equation. Y equals 7 over 18 x minus 10 squared plus 20. So 13 is going to go where x is. And then we're going to solve for y, following bed mass. So 7 over 18 is 9, because 3 squared is 9, plus 20, 9 is over 1. 7 times 9, 63, 18 over 1 is 18, plus 20, that's over 1. Lowest common denominator is 18. So y equals 63 over 18 plus, it'll be 360 over 18. That'd be 423, I think. Let's see. So 423. Okay. This is a fraction that we can convert to a decimal. So y is 423 divided by 18 is 23.5. I think it was 1993, right? So was it, 23.5. 23 get that on our graph. So were we even close? Not very. So our graph said between 24 and 28, and our calculation said about 23.5. Okay, this is different from our graph. That said, or showed 24 to 28% of males 15 to 19 years of age would smoke in 1993. So therefore, our equation is not a great representation of the data. It is just okay. Okay? All right.